Good morning, Cowboys Nation. Your boy Mike Tag here. Just wanted a little talk a little draft. We had the second and third round last night. I like to let sleep on things, let things marinate a little bit. But we got Luke Schoonmaker, tight end out of Michigan's make me think we got some inside track, some scouts at Michigan because that's Michigan 1-2 and being a Miami guy. Not too crazy about that, but I'm just kidding. But make sure you guys like, subscribe before I get all that stuff out of the way, get all that business at hand. We've got a lot of great interviews, so make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, check it out. We've got some great interviews. We've got some great shows on live Monday and Thursday night. But getting back to the draft, Luke Schoonmaker, tight end, Michigan, big guy. I know there's been a lot of talk with tight end. We were going to draft a tight end. Sounds like to Cowboys Nation isn't the tight end you guys want, but think about it. Obviously we got Ferguson, we got Hendershot. I didn't think tight end was a huge need, but the way McCarthy, he's running this offense. You got McClay. I got to put trust in them that they know what they're doing. And Schultz was a big part of this offense. He was a big part of this offense. I wasn't a huge Schultz fan. He always scared the hell out of me every time he grabbed the ball or caught the ball. I was afraid he'd fumble it after he got hit. Schoonmaker looks like he has some skills. Looks, maybe a little similar to Schultz in a way, but it seems like he's a better blocker. He seems like, he's got good hands, and he could be a player in this system. What I always say with draft, you don't know what you're going to get until they get on the field. And we do all this draft talk. I don't really get heavy into the draft and analysis and all that. I like to wait and see what happens because we've seen it. The history's been there, especially with the Cowboys. Tyler Smith, they got dogged for taking him. That turned out pretty well. You look at Micah Parsons. There was some some people didn't like that pick. Boy, thankfully that happened. You look at Morris Claiborne. I was in love with Morris Claiborne. They get up to get him the next prime time, the next shutdown corner, and he ends up being a bust. So you just don't know what you're going to get. I just say you got to trust the process that McClay has a track record of pretty good success. You're not going to hit every draft pick, but they've done pretty well, more than they've done bad. So on this tight end, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to wait and see what happens. He's played at a big college, played in heavy competition, played on great teams. So I mean, he knows what it takes to be part of a winning program. So I'm going to go in there with a positive attitude and kind of see what happens. He's from what I've heard, he's a really strong run blocker. That'll help. We like to run two tight end sets. We like to run different sets, like McCarthy was saying in his press conference. Two back, one back, no back. So he's a very versatile tight end that can be moved all around. So let's just wait. Don't start crucifying the team yet and saying that we suck and da da da. Let things play out, and then if it does, then we all have our right to say it. The other player is DeMavion. Overshown. Let me make sure I say it right. DeMavion Overshown from Texas. Again, I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's got some speed. Again, plays at a big university. Looks like he's a hard hitter. The way our defense is, side to side speed, covering, doing all the different things, especially at linebacker. We're a little, I don't want to say we're thin at linebacker, but if you're moving Micah Parsons to rush the passer a lot, we are thin at linebacker. So take Micah Parsons out, and you got the injury histories. Obviously with Jabril Cox and with LVE, we don't have a lot of depth at linebackers. So again, I think that's a really good pick. Some say it's a great value pick. We get a blue chip guy. Jerry Jones is really happy about him. But again, let's see how it plays out. He's really good on special teams. So again, contributing on that, we lost Luke Gifford, who was is pretty good on special teams. So maybe he fills that void early on until we kind of see how he goes on the field and see what happens. So, like I said, man, it's draft. Everyone gets excited. If there's anything bigger on overreaction, it's overreaction on draft because this guy was taken too high. This guy was this. This guy's not going to work. Let's just wait and see what happens. Let's see what happens, Cowboys Nation. We know right now you got to give credit where credit's due. On paper, Philly's killed it in that first round, getting those two guys from Georgia. So, the Cowboys, we just got to keep plugging away. I'd like to see today. I'd love us to get a running back. I still have some concern at running back. We haven't really replaced Zeke in my eyes. Pollard obviously is going to be our focal point, but he's never carried the load, not in college or anything. So we still need a running back. And I know Ronald Jones they signed. I'm not a huge Ronald Jones fan, so I still think they need to get someone in today's, in the between rounds 4 and 7. Offensive line they haven't addressed. I thought, and I think most people thought we needed to just get some depth, get some stuff going on the offensive line. So see where they go from there. But what do you guys think? Are you pissed off about these picks that we got? Between Schoonmaker and Overshown, are you happy? Obviously. We get the defensive tackle from Michigan, so it's a Michigan connection, like I said. But I think the Cowboys are being very strategic in their draft. They're kind of getting the guys that they're needing to fill some areas to upgrade. I mean, thankfully, the Cowboys did something in free agency to give them the ability not to, not too crazy with the draft and reach here, reach there. I think they get the guys that they want that fit the offensive scheme that they're going to be running. And then also Dan Quinn, he adds a couple more pieces to the puzzle on the defense just to continue to make that defense stronger. We're shifting into that defense mentality, right? Team, if we haven't already. I think we've seen what happens, in the playoffs. We've got pushed around a little bit. We need to get tougher interior, and that's obviously with Smith. That was a big pick for us in the first round. I loved it. I think we need to get a big nasty. I've been screaming it for years. We've been run all over just a little too much. So I think with Hankins and Smith in there, I think that's really going to solidify our run defense and make it stronger. So let me know what you guys think, man. You happy? You sad? You somewhere in between? Or you just going to kind of wait and see? So until then, enjoy the draft today, rounds 4 and 7. We'll be back on Monday with our live show, kind of overdoing everything with the draft. Wednesday, we got JT Thomas, former Pittsburgh Steeler from the team of the 70s. We're going to talk a little bit about that team, but more importantly, the Steel Curtain. But really want to get into the Cowboys Super Bowls with the Steelers, looking at it from the other side, getting some insight from him and also his thoughts on today's game. So it's going to be a great interview, and that'll be Wednesday live, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Kelly K9 and I will be, he's at the draft now. He's having a great time. He's getting a little tipsy here and there, getting loud with the Eagles and the Washington fans, which we love. We absolutely love. But we're going to be there Thursday live, and we're going to go through everything Cowboys, get you guys, maybe we're going to do the calls and get you guys chiming in because we really want to get your opinion. It's a fun time. This season starts now. This is, to me, draft. That's why I love it so much. The draft season really means the season starts. We know who we got now. We start looking around, start figuring out, how our team stacks up to others. And I'll be honest, right now, I love it. I love the way our team stacks up. We just got to continue. Hopefully these guys progress. And then the guys we got, in free agency, and then also the rookies we had last year. Maybe we get, hopefully, Tolbert takes that next step. Didn't get much out of him last year. So hopefully that's like, almost to me, it's like an additional draft pick. If he comes in and can contribute as a fourth receiver, that'll be huge for the Cowboys. So again, Cowboys Nation, I don't want to steal the words from Aaron Rodgers, but relax. Let the frustration out. You guys, I know a lot of people do a lot of work in the mock drafts and they didn't get your guy and you're a little upset about it. Look at the positions they've addressed. Linebacker, that was a concern for us. Tight end, maybe not the biggest concern, but losing Schultz, you got to replace him. Dak loves the tight end. I mean, he was a very important part of our offense. And these coaches are seeing Ferguson, they're seeing Hendershot. Maybe they're not 100% sold that these guys are going to be able to carry the load the whole time. So there's a reason why they took another tight end. And then obviously with Smith's at defensive tackle, I mean, to me, that was a great, not a sexy pick, but a pick that was needed to be made to solidify this run defense. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Hopefully we have a great day, rounds 4 to 7. Maybe we get ourselves a running back. It gets maybe offensive line and fill a hole. So until then, I'll see you guys Monday Night Live. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out, if you're new to the channel, go to that playlist and look at all our player interviews, former players. You get it's really a history lesson of the Dallas Cowboys. So make sure you guys check that out, and we'll be talking to you soon Monday night. Have a great weekend. See you.